Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you are having a fantastic day so far. It's early in the morning. I don't know if like you, it's like normally on a Friday, I'm like, yeah. But today I'm like, oh. Going to bed at like 4 in the morning. That'll do it to you. But hope you're well. And I see in the chat many of us are sending get well wishes to our awesome Black Queen who is under the weather. So please be praying for Black Queen. Hello, all of my friends in the chat. Let's see, before we even get to our faves, let's just say hi to our friends in the chat. Lydia is here. Hello, Lydia. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Olive is here. And thank you, Lydia, for sharing this. Please, yes, like, share, subscribe, join the channel. Thank you, Lydia. Olive is here and Connie is here. Hello, guys. Hi from Switzerland. Connie living her best life in Switzerland. Raffaella here. Hello, Raffaella, coming to us from Italy. And who else is here? Karen M is here. Our awesome moderator, Karen M is here. Hello, Karen M. Paulette is here. Hello, Paulette. And Lottie is here. Hello, Lottie. And who else is here? Oh, Lorna is here. Hello, Lorna. Hi. Everybody saying hello to Lydia. And Rosalind is here. Hello, Rosalind. That reminds me. I have to call my friend Rosalind. So that's just thank you for now. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't call her back. So Church Nelly is here. Hello, Church Nelly, hanging out with us from South Carolina. Hello to all of our wonderful squaddies from South Carolina. And Annie is here. Hello, and Joyce is here. Hello, Joyce. How are you? And Sonia is here. Hello, Sonia. And we'll say all hi to all of our other friends as they come in. But I'm so happy you guys are here. Such wonderful news happening around our faves, to our faves, with our faves. I mean, I know you guys have all been feeding on the photos and videos from last night, but we'll get to that in a second. Wonderful news today. At least we knew about a week ago that there was a decision that Harry was going to be making with his court case against MGN, or the Mirror group newspaper, which is like the Mirror and the People, the Sunday People, and all of those stuff. That's part of this. It's now called it's now under the umbrella of Reach. That's the new name for all of them. But with that court case, when Harry won his case in December, it was the judge, they had picked out 33 articles of the 150 articles that Harry had said that were either, they got those stories either from phone hacking or other illegal news gathering. And so Harry won that court case, and he won $145,000. I'm sorry, £145,000 and for damages, and then he won an undisclosed sum for basically pain and suffering, and we don't know how much that was. And so then there was this part, that was not determined. The other 116 or 15, I think 15, 16, whatever it is, other articles that that they had to settle on. And so it was either go back to court, which Harry was happy to go back there and sit on a witness stand again, or the Mirror News Group were trying to settle it, but Harry had his demands of what he wanted, and if it didn't meet that demand, they were going right back to court. And Mirror News Group apparently were playing, kind of a little bit hard, and then eventually today they caved. And Harry, and one of the things I was concerned of, if Harry were to settle with them, that he wouldn't be able to speak out against what they've done. And that is not the case. So we'll get to that in a second. But it's great for Harry. He is not only getting more money, and I know the Daily Mail was like, Harry has to pay us 300 and something thousand. Well, I'm like, well, Harry just made all this money back. He'll just use that and pay. It's like, use one horrible tabloid's money and pay off the other tabloids, horrible tabloids. So doesn't come out of his pocket, so I'm sure Harry doesn't really care about it. So But so this is a little bit about what happened, and I'm just going to move my little banner at the bottom there so that I can read this again. Please like and share and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you if you have. So BBC says Prince Harry gets substantial damages in the Mirror hacking case. Prince Harry's newspaper hacking case at High Court, BBC News. Anyways, it's so funny whenever I see substantial damages. Substantial in America and substantial in the UK are two different things, and I always have to get my mind around it. Usually when people sue in the US it's for millions. So it's a little hard to get around the head around where substantial mean under $1 million. So it just is always just like, this is why the British tabloids do what they do, because you don't hold them up for enough money. So, but anyways, this is what happened in the case, according to BBC says, and this is a kind of like a summary of the proceedings and what happened today. It says Prince Harry has been given substantial additional damages in his claims against the Mirror News Group, his lawyer says. It says the royal has accused the newspaper group of unlawful gathering information to write stories about him. Or unlawfully gathering information to write stories about him. In December, he won 15 claims in his case. With the High Court ruling, there had been widespread and habitual use of phone hacking at Mirror newspapers. At today's hearing, the Prince's lawyers, David Sherborne, said MGN had agreed to pay damages plus the Duke's costs for making the claims. Tons of money, court fees. Sherborne added that the Mirror Group had agreed to make a cost payment of about £400,000 with further costs to be assessed. So Harry is getting quite a bit. British standard, of course. The Mirror Group said it was pleased to have reached the agreement and move forward from events that took place many years ago. The Prince did not appear in court today, having returned to America this week after visiting his father, King Charles, following his cancer diagnosis. So they're going to be paying Harry for damages. They're going to be paying his court fees. They're going to be paying a full amount of it. And I guess they, in terms of them, I mean, their paper is struggling right now. As we looked at a Guardian article really bemoaning the fact that the Mirror is dying. It's basically on its last legs. And so any more of these court hearings is damaging its reputation. They're laying off people. It's been crazy with them. And so I'm sure they are very happy to put this behind them, because they don't have to deal with the publicity that will come with Harry going back on the witness stand and more people hearing all the nasty, horrible things, and especially with Piers Morgan. And we'll get to him in a second. And Byline Times, they were tweeting about it throughout the morning. And so these are some of their tweets about, or their, posts on X about what was happening. It says, Prince Harry has settled his phone hacking case in full with the Mirror Group after the company caved in on the remainder of the Duke's claims. Earlier in the hearing this morning at High Court, the judge ordered MGN to pay around £2 million for losing the generic part of the case about systemic crime and lies at the paper between 1998 and 2011. And this is the $2 million that we talked about the last time, that involves the other people who were part of this case, that they were asking for $2 million. This is the $2 million that the judge ordered them to pay. MGN to pay. And that was separate from Prince Harry's legal fees and stuff like that, which they also have to pay. And so Byline Investigates, again, I hope I didn't say Byline Time, this sister paper, Byline Investigates, says the Mirror Group were threatening to take Harry to a second High Court trial following his victory in December. But instead, the paper group have paid out an estimated hundreds of thousands of pounds. Experts have said that this case is turning out to be very expensive for MGN in terms of legal costs and damage to its reputation. Again, there's even, there's this group that's working, that was, a part of Harry's group, and then there are more people that are also filing charges against MGN. So they are in a bit of a doo-doo at this moment. Other post says the judge said that the Mirror were involved in dishonesty and concealment. The phone hacking case poses an existential threat to a 121-year-old newspaper, which has been a cornerstone of British pop culture. And finally, it says the judge himself described the case as a hostile litigation conducted in an extreme and unconfrontational way. So there was a lot of, fire happening in there and explosives happening in there in the courtroom. But all in all, I mean, as long as it has to do with Harry and what it has to do with him, he has won his. And so many people were underestimating Harry and, were mocking him and all of that stuff. And look at Harry is walking away and he's like, I know what I was doing. And so I am just so proud of this man. Associated Press gave us a little bit more of it. It says a British newspaper publisher has agreed to pay Prince Harry substantial sum in costs and damages for invading his privacy with phone hacking and other illegal snooping, Harry's lawyer said Friday. Attorney David Sherburne said the Mirror newspaper has agreed to pay all of Harry's legal costs plus damages and would make an interim payment of £400,000 or $505,000 within 14 days. So Harry has about $500,000 coming to him in 2 weeks. Man, Harry, I need a loan. The final tab will be assessed later. Harry was awarded £140,000 or £177,000 in damages in December after a judge found that phone hacking was widespread and habitual at the Mirror newspapers in late 1990s, went on for more than a decade, and that executives at the papers covered it up. Judge Timothy Farncourt found that Harry's phone was hacked to a modest extent. The settlement avoided a new trial over the 115 more tabloid articles that Harry says were the product of hacking or other intrusions. So again, that was the 115, even though Piers Morgan was like, oh, there was 33. It's like, nah, well, that's 33 out of the 150. So there you go. So Harry has, it's like, I'm free. I don't have to pay nothing. You will pay it. So kudos to Harry. And then, of course, at the end, as he did the last time, he made a statement. He wrote a statement, and David Sherburne read his statement outside of the courtroom as he did the last time. And this is Harry's statement about today's decisions. It says, after our victory in December, Mirror Group have finally conceded the rest of my claim, which would have consisted of another 2 trials, additional evidence, and 115 more articles. Everything we said was happening at Mirror Group was in fact happening, and indeed far worse, as the court ruled in its extremely damning judgment. In light of all this, we call again for the authorities to uphold the rule of law and to prove that no one is above it. That includes Mr. Morgan, yes, Piers Morgan, who was the editor, knew perfectly well what was going on, as the judge held. Even his own employers realized it simply could not call him as a witness of truth. His contempt for the court ruling and his continued attacks ever since demonstrate why it was so important to obtain a clear and detailed judgment. As I said back in December, our mission continues. I believe in the positive change it will bring for all of us. It is the very reason why I started this and why I will continue to see it through to the end. And so that is Prince Harry's statement. And again, calling on the Metropolitan Police or whomever is there to reopen this case against Piers Morgan and others who were involved in this phone hacking or illegal news gathering. So all the big, outrage that Piers Morgan has been creating the last, or at least, attempting to create in the last, he knew this was coming. He knew more of this stuff would come out, and it's the let's try to say something or create some kind of distraction so people don't know that I am a phone hacker, so people don't that I'm distracting them so they don't realize what I really am. And so again, fingers crossed that the authorities, again, with powerful white men in the UK, they'll get, the same with the US, honestly. They get away with everything. And so far, with all the things that Piers Morgan has done, he has never one day been made to, pay for any of the things that he has done. And so this is what Harry is calling for again. And others, as we've looked at a few episodes back, other people in law enforcement, etc., are calling on the authorities to do this, to reopen this investigation. And so, again, we know that he lied during Leveson and all of that stuff. They need to reopen it because, again, it's what they did was illegal. And so we will see what they've done. But I am so proud of Prince Harry. I'm so proud of this man. I'm telling you, Harry has had an eventful last 4 days. Flying to UK, flying out of the UK over to Vegas, where we'll talk about in a second. And then this morning, it just comes all at the same time. But I'm telling you, underestimate this man at your own risk, because Prince Harry don't play. He does not play, and it is amazing to see. So I am I am so proud of him. So, and I'm proud that, and I'm happy for him that he's getting his money. He not only he getting damages, etc., but he's not, he didn't hide it. He did not, just take the money and just hide what the paper has done, as William did with the Sun. He outed them, and then they have to pay for it, which I love, which I absolutely love. And hopefully they will take up this stuff with Piers Morgan. And we all know, like yesterday, Piers Morgan, and I was on Barron last night, and Barron was talking about it. So if you weren't on Barron last night, Piers Morgan has now claimed to have left his show with the Rupert Murdoch news outlet, even Talk TV, and he is now going to be just focused on his show on YouTube. And if you believe that, I will have a bridge in Brooklyn I'd love to sell. A few bridges I'd love to sell, really, from New York. It's been like, over a year and something ago. This kicking Piers Morgan out has been in the works for like a year and something, because Piers Morgan got all of this money to front this show, front this show for this new channel for Rupert Murdoch. He was supposed to be the big thing in the US and the UK and Australia. And he gets to do his show that's going to be broadcast here, US, Australia. And he's also have a column in the Sun. And I think he even writes, a column for the Daily Express. And his show has bombed. It has never, ever gotten the ratings that it's supposed to, for the amount of money, really, the amount of millions, I think it's about $20 million or something like that he got for this, is supposed to be, and it has bombed. And, you can say, okay, his YouTube channel is doing well and all of that stuff, but that's fine. But it's just like his salary was supposed to propel this channel to do great things, and it just hasn't done that. And so it has been a really rough go. And so since like over a year ago, they have been talking about getting rid of Piers Morgan. So this news is the least surprising thing in the world. The least surprising thing. And so he's trying to play it up as, he is leaving, and, because it's a straitjacket. You have a show called Uncensored. Like, literally, it's called Uncensored. and it's a straight jacket. I mean, hello. This man is on the show talking about dismembering Prince Harry a couple of days ago. So how is that a straight jacket? That they've allowed you to say stuff like that, where that stuff should literally land you in jail, because there are, people that are in jail, these white supremacists in jail for that very kind of language. So that literally should land him in jail. And so for him to come out claiming that, oh, the show is a straight jacket and all of that, it's nonsense. They're just not willing to pay someone who has been a failure. Again, I said this all the time. He has been failing up his entire life. And he's been using the shock, creating outrage, whatever, to distract people from the fact that he's a one-trick pony and he's a failure. And people have sort of missed, it's like, oh, he's drawing attention, so let's throw money at him. And then they realize, oh, this guy is it's no good. He's a one-trick pony. Doing the same thing. Abusing especially women to try to get them on. It's how many of that you're going to do before people realize, like, look, no, this is useless. So anyway, so he is off to YouTube. I was like, okay, good luck with that, And so he's now basically a deranger on YouTube. Basically what he is. So anyways, my thing is, I hope that the Metropolitan Police do what they need to do. And even with the comments that he has made against Harry in the last couple of days, that is something that should land you in jail. Those two white supremacist guys, that is the very kind of language that they were using, why they are in jail today. So then why isn't Piers Morgan treated the same exact way? And so, I know a lot of people have filed reports with Ofcom and stuff. Ofcom is just about as useless as it's just these bodies are just useless. They will not do anything, and so hopefully the cops or the Metropolitan Police does something. So we shall see. Anyways, I'm moving on from that mess. Last night, man, I'm telling you, when I first saw that thing pop up on X, I was like, wait a minute, is this tonight? No one knew. Nobody there knew. Even the Walter Payton's family, who, that's the award that Harry presented, that's the football player. His family, who I guess oversee the award and stuff, didn't even know that Harry was going to be the one presenting. Nobody knew. And that's the way that Harry and Meghan roll these days. And I just love it. I absolutely love how they roll. Just like no leaks. And so I see you guys are saying stuff before. So before I even go to, continue with Harry, I'm just going to jump in the chat and just see what you guys are saying about Prince Harry and his wonderful court win, etc. Thank you, Therese 1001, for your super sticker. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate. Thank you. Let's see. Sonny Green says, I hope the court called the editors, including Piers M, about the hacking and the bullying of the victims. Call editors. I'm not sure what you mean. You hope the court called the editors? I'm not sure what you mean. So explain. Let's see. Dan Smith said, yes, Harry getting 2 million plus. So I hope by the end of it, he gets over, at least over $1 million, US, because again, when you, in the US, when you sue people, you tend to not sue with, for stuff under, in a case like this, you tend to not sue for people under $1 million. So it always is a little bit like, oh, wait, it's not even $1 million. So Kanita says, that's why Piers Morgan attacked Harry yesterday, because he may have known about the outcome of the case against the Mirror. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And plus, knowing that he's leaving, I think Baron made a good point as well last night. Baron said that, Piers Morgan he always does stuff like this. He creates this fake outrage stuff to, get attention, because he wants people to come over to his YouTube channel if they haven't already, because a lot of times, you have tons and tons of subscribers, but doesn't necessarily mean that translate into people viewing. So I'm sure he wants more viewers coming over. He has over like a couple of million at least subscribers on his channel. So, but the thing with those subscribers, it was attached to his TV show. So whether those subscribers or those people are going to stay tuned in just because it's Piers Morgan and not really attached to the channel, it's, I'm sure he's probably like, well, let's see if we can get more. So he creates that outrage to, sort of get attention. So that was a good point that Baron brought up as well. So yeah. But yeah, this is also, I'm sure this was part of it. That's part of he knows that's coming out, and more people are calling him out for lying and hacking. And he, of course, would want to distract from that. I don't know why people would go on a show with Piers Morgan knowing that he's a hacker. And also, you have to give your private information to his show, especially if you're getting paid and all of that stuff. You have to give them your information. You want your information going to somebody that it has a background in hacking, or at least approving hacking? You would want to do that? Like, I would never go ever give any information to someone that I know have that kind of history. So I'm always surprised that people would go on that show knowing that. It's like, you people are crazy. You have no idea what this guy's listening, if this guy's listening in on your phone calls. Amazing. But, whatever. Let's see. Maureen says, hello, everyone, and big congratulations to Prince Harry, the Prince of Courage. Yes, he is. I like that. The Prince of Courage. Harry, he's not afraid. He has no fear with that stuff. So you go, Harry. Definitely is the Prince of Courage. Sonia says, Morgan will have no place to run when the lady in black is done with him. I'm assuming that's karma. He's already running out of spaces. He's already running out. So I will be very happy when he's completely run out. Him and his wife. Ugh, awful people. Let's see. Hello, Joan Garcia. Well, she's talking to Lorna. Says, if Harry prints the rest of his book, that would scare the pants off those nut jobs. I think that's what the royal family is like. They're probably bracing for maybe, so if they push Harry too far, he might just want to pray, though. He might just want to send that part 2 to print. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else you guys are saying before I move on to last night. Fatu says, I heard you have a new compilations pedal, Piers Morgan. I don't think he deserves a YouTube either. You have a new compilations, Piers Morgan. I don't think he deserves YouTube either. Not sure I quite understand what you mean, but yeah, well, again, I think he'll just be another deranger on YouTube, and again, trying to get attention, and YouTube will pay him for it, because again, YouTube has been just paying people to spill hate, it seems. So, but don't put those links on YouTube. You're gonna get those letters, as I've learned. So, let's see. B10 Power says, I think Murdoch forced Piers Morgan out because of the negative news also posted with his name. That too, and all that millions, I'm like, there is no way. He's not worth it. And so he was, again, supposed to be the face and supposed to be the one that's propelling the channel. And the channel, I mean, GB News is beating GB News, the lowly GB News is beating you on a regular basis. You know you're not going anywhere. So yeah, spending 20 million on someone who's always getting beat by GB News, why would you want to do that? That makes no business sense whatsoever. So talking about GB News, a while ago when we were talking about Dan Wooten, we were talking about how GB News is there because the British government want GB News to be there. And we talked about all the people that are part of the government that literally have shows on GB News, no matter how despicable it is. And of course, you know, not, at least it's suspended Dan Wooten. It hasn't fired him yet, if at all. And so, but we were talking about all the people who are right now, who are MPs, who have shows on GB News. We have Priti Patel and those, you know, I remember her doing a speech at an event where she was calling the people at GB News her friends at GB News. Well, despite how despicable GB News is, guess who's going to be hosting a show on GB News next week? The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is going to be guest hosting some show on GB News next week. And so no matter what GB News is and how despicable it is, and it seems like they exist just to say every possibly negative, nasty thing about the Sussexes, whatever, you have the Prime Minister of the UK deciding that GB News is where he's going to go and host the show next week. That's where it is. So whatever GB News is, it is completely acceptable by the British government. They're the ones holding it up. If they didn't want GB News to be there, GB News wouldn't be there. And it's like you're looking at it, it's like, is this a real country? Yes, it is, unfortunately. Yes, it is. Amazing. Patricia says, Petal, could Harry sue Morgan and that ape for threatening him and Meghan? I'm sure he can. I'm not sure, but you know, Harry has a legal team, so I guess they'll have to go figure out how they go about it. But I would think so, or at least alert the police. As you know, the same thing, like Harry didn't have to sue those two people who did the podcast and were saying all these hateful things and are now in jail. He didn't have to sue them, but they definitely, the police was alerted. So I don't see why the same thing can't happen here. And the same thing with also Tom Bauer, who was saying that the Sussexes has to be obliterated. I don't see why the same thing can't happen here, whether you alert the cops and they do their job, basically. Because again, that is inciting, inciting hatred, but it's inciting harm. You are basically inciting people to go harm them. And so that is illegal. So I don't think they have to sue them. They can alert the police, and the police need to do their job and arrest them or something. So yeah. So hopefully that's how that work out. Let's see. Sonia says, that's right, Pebble. Underestimate Harry at your own risk. Piers Morgan was fired. Happy riddance to you. I think a lot of people are saying that today. Good riddance. Good riddance to Piers Morgan. You know, unless you go to YouTube, you don't have to see Piers Morgan ever. So hopefully that is the case. Karen M says, Piers Morgan said he agreed with Prince Harry that ruthless intrusion into private lives of the royal family for financial gain is utterly reprehensible. I hope he stops doing it, so he should tell Willie. He's not. They're not. I mean, you would think after, you know, the stuff happened with the News of the World and with the Sun and all of it, they're not going to change. They're not going to change because the punishment, you know, they are all about punishment. The consequences is not strong enough. It doesn't hurt them. You know, they would be down for a minute. They may be let go for a job, but then you turn around and they get another job with even more money. This has been Piers Morgan's entire career. When I say he failed up in every single, I'm not kidding. From the time he was, you know, in the 20s at the Sun, and then being fired, and then going to the news of and then the Mirror, and then being fired for violating people's privacy, and then the Mirror having that whole thing with Iraq and that whole fake article and all of that stuff, and being fired. I mean, over and over and over, he was fired because of what he did to Meghan and GMB. What happens? He gets a $20 million contract to come on Rupert Murdoch's and launch a news outlet. So it's just the same thing happens over and over and over. He fails up every single time. He was at CNN, he got fired. What happened? He failed up. It just the consequences aren't there. You have to speak to them. You have to speak to their language. And so if they're just getting a slap on the wrist and they just get let go and then hired later, and they're able to, reintroduce themselves and then get all this money thrown at them, then they're never going to change. So unless Piers Morgan sees some serious jail time or something, he's not going to change, unfortunately. And neither are the tabloids, not even the Mirror, even though they have had to pay all of this money, they're not going to change until somebody put them out of business, I think. Let's see. Anyway, let's move on from Piers Morgan and his nonsense. So back to our fave last night, shocking everyone walking out. And this whole thing was just so amazing. And it's amazing to me how Harry just was so comfortable. And he was just so, even when you look at the videos of him and, doing his little speech and cracking some jokes about them stealing rugby and then changing rugby into what is now American football and stuff, he was just so comfortable. And I was just like, wow, it's just like Harry is just at home in this environment. We saw him last year, at the Super Bowl, and it's just like he's just so comfortable with it. And it's like, Harry, this, you should be doing stuff like this more. I love it. And it's so funny when he, and I'm sure you guys saw the video of him when he presented Cam with the award, and Cam was so starstruck. I love it. It was just so beautiful and so genuine and so real. It's like, that's Prince freaking Harry. That's Prince Harry. I love it. And these guys, these big NFL guys, they are just like these superstars, and then they're starstruck by Harry. And it's just like, oh, I'm sure Harry is sitting there starstruck by you guys too. It's just, I just thought it was just so wonderful and childlike. And again, and it was so perfect because this whole award, just in case you didn't know, is for philanthropy. It was about giving back to the community. And so this was the Man of the Year that was and it's all part of the Super Bowl that's going to be happening in Las Vegas on Sunday. And so this is all part of the whole celebration, this black tie event, and honoring men and women who've done great things, not just on the field, but of course off the field. And so this is from People. It says Prince Harry made a special appearance on Thursday's NFL honors to give out the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year to Pittsburgh Steelers defensive tackle Cameron Hayward, or Cam the Man Hayward, as Harry called him. All you guys do on the field and off the field is truly remarkable, says Harry, 39, after presenting the award, or before presenting the award. You are role models for millions in the way you carry yourself and the way you give back. This final award, the highest honor, is all about the servicing your community. And there's one special man we'd like to pay tribute to now, a player who goes above and beyond, and whose extraordinary commitment to helping others is a reflection of his own story, he continued. And then it says, the other clip on the article, it says the award was presented to Hayward, who was ecstatic to receive the award from Prince Harry. Man, Prince freaking Harry! Man, I'm in shock. That's Prince Harry, said Hayward after coming on stage. It was just so cute. And Harry was laughing. It was just so genuine and just, I absolutely love it. But again, there's so many of these NFL players who do such, and not just NFL, it's NBA or whatever, they do such amazing things in giving back to their communities. And so this is the sixth time he was nominated, and I guess this is his first win as the Man of the Year for his work on and off. Well, pretty much off. And Harry was the perfect person because, again, Harry's whole life is about giving back, is about service. And so he was like the perfect person. And I just love the welcome that they gave him. They were like, oh my goodness. Got such an incredible reception when he came, and it's just like, you go, Harry, you go. You American Harry, you. I just love these photos. And then these are the best. I'm just like, look at Harry. Can I just say, Harry is just, he's American now. He did, as one of our squad, he said he did a drive-by and a wave-by to the UK. So, hey, coming to say hey, but I got to go now. And Harry just bailed right back to the US. And it's so funny because I actually thought when I saw a photo of Harry and he had like this rolling suitcase, I thought, oh, I wonder if he's going someplace else. In my mind, honestly, I was thinking maybe he's going to Africa or something, with all the stuff that was happening. I was like, maybe he's going there, or maybe he's going straight to Canada and Meghan will meet him. I had all these thoughts going on in my head. I wasn't thinking Las Vegas. I was not thinking NFL at all. And so, but look at Harry. He's so happy. Look at him and Cam. It's just like Harry's found a new best friend. But he just is so comfortable. And I could not help just thinking of, watching Harry in Jamaica, how just at home he is right there among Jamaican people, how at home he is with Jamaican Prime Minister, and just how at home he is. It's like he makes himself at home wherever he is. And he's just comfortable no matter who he is around. And people just love him because, it's not weird. And I'm telling you, and I could not help thinking, boy, if I was a part of the monarchy, what I would be thinking right about now. How I would be kicking myself right about now. But, with them, I mean, they don't have the common sense God gave a goat, so they're probably not even thinking about it. I would be. I would totally be. Because when you see this and you're just thinking in terms of like, wow, what if he was representing the monarchy right now? What kind of, you know what I mean? I would have been like, no, how could I let him get away? And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But Harry is American now. So, I mean, look at this. And the NFL is tweeting about, they tweeted out this picture, like, I love this picture. And they said, an incredible way to end the NFL honors. This was the final award of the night. And so it's an incredible way to end the NFL honors. Congratulations, Cam Hayward. And so I love this photo. Absolutely love it. NFL UK. Now, did anybody know that there was an NFL UK? I learned this last night. I was like, oh, who knew? Never heard of an NFL UK before. I mean, I know that they've played, exhibition game in the UK before, but I had never heard of an NFL UK until last night. And so NFL UK tweeted, Prince Harry presents Walter Payton's Man of the Year at Cam Hayward. And so one of the things I was thinking, since that there's a, NFL UK, and we now see that Harry is getting all this press and attention for being there and presenting Cam with this award, don't be surprised if, NFL UK get a royal patron next year or sometime this year, some patron from Kensington Palace. So don't be surprised. If it happened, mark this little, what I'm saying now. So anyways, and I mean, just, I was looking at all these pictures and I was like, how beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Harry is just, look at how at home he is. Look at this. He is just so happy and at home, no nerves, no nothing, because we've seen him when he's nervous and stuff. There was none of that last night. He's just like, oh, this is my family. This is my family. I love it. And so I love this one of our, I think she's one of our squaddies. She says, Prince Harry presented the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year award to Cam Hayward for his philanthropy during the past year. Cam was stoked to receive the prestigious award from the member of the royal family who is best known for philanthropy around the world. Congratulations to both men. And just a little bit about the award. From CBS, it says Steelers Cameron Hayward wins the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. It says Pittsburgh Steelers defensive tackle Cameron Hayward won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award during the NFL honors ceremony on Thursday. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, announced the Steelers captain as the winner of the award. Hayward was nominated for the sixth time this year. According to the NFL, the award recognizes an NFL player for his excellence on and off the field. It was established in 1970 and renamed in 1999 after the legendary Chicago Bears running back Walter Payton. Each NFL team nominates one player who has had a significant positive impact in his community, the NFL said. The winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award receives $250,000 donation to the charity of their choice. Though all 32 nominees receive up to $55,000 donation for their charity of choice. So all the nominees get money to give to their charity of choice, but the winner gets $250,000 for their charity. And so kudos to that charity who's getting, or charities that's getting that money from Cam. And of course, with anything Harry, of course, the international press goes crazy, as you can see on the side there. And, it took until this morning for, I guess, the British press to try to, include something negative to the effect of, how dare Harry be over there while his father, has cancer. And you know what they will do. So yeah, and this was from last night. I did this. This was just the start when they started. I mean, everyone posting their articles about the event. So who knows how much is there right now? I haven't checked today, but they are doing what they usually do with the Sussexes. Tons and tons and tons of articles about it. And Pittsburgh Steelers posted about it. It says, Prince speaking Harry, and quoting, and Pittsburgh Steelers, that's their X page. That's a team. If you don't know, that's the team that Cam plays for, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they tweeted about it. And Jared Payton, this is Walter Payton's son, tweeting about it. It says, how about discussing Prince Harry unexpectedly presenting my father's award tonight? We had no clue. So crazy. So Walter Payton, who the award was named after, his son, the family had no clue that Harry was the one presenting that award. And so again, they just kept that thing on lockdown, man. Not even the people who oversee the award knew that was, or at least whose family member it was named after, knew that Harry was going to be there. So I love the stealth. I love how stealth the Sussexes are with this. It's amazing. And so just so you know, this is Walter Payton, who the award was named after. He's one of the most famous, one of the greatest running backs in football history. It says nickname Sweetness. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest football players of all time. A 9-time Pro Bowl selection, Payton is remembered as a prolific rusher, once holding records for career rushing yards, touchdown carries, yards from scrimmage, all-purpose yards, and many other categories. He was a great man. Of course, he passed away, but he was one of the greats in football, and so that's who the award is named after. So yeah, that's what I mean. It's so great to see. It's like Harry's all up in this. Is like American football history, and Harry's all up in the mix. It is just so hilarious. But I just think it's just wonderful. It is absolutely just so wonderful to see. So you go, Harry. Talk about victories, man. So anyway, I think that's all I got. I'm going to stay in the chat for a little bit and chat with you, see what you guys are saying. And actually, you know what? Why don't I do this? I am just going to put it, for a couple of people. I have about 15 more minutes before I need to run out. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. Anybody want to call in? And I am talking way too much. So anybody want to call in and share your excitement or your about, whether it's the court case or whether it's Harry last night or whatever it is, definitely call in. The link is there in the chat. So call in and chat with me for a few minutes. I know I'm putting you on the spot, so I want to just hang with you for a bit, but I feel like I'm talking way too much. So there. Rory, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your donation. She says, thank you, Pedal, for your work. Oh, my pleasure. You are a great guest speaker. You were a great guest speaker, Acres. Oh, on the Duchess of Success, more collaborations. I hope so. I do hope that we could do more collaborations. I do love having her here and hanging out with her. It's great to be able to bounce things off of each other. And so for me, that's just wonderful. But again, if one of you want to come on and chat with me now, please do. I would appreciate it. So thank you, Rory B. I appreciate your support. And the link is in the chat. So call me and chat and share with me what you're thinking about all of this stuff. Leslie is here. Leslie, are you still here? Call in and chat with me about Harry here and his court case, what you think, if you are still with us here. So that would be great to hear from you. So link is there if you want to call in. No pressure. Here is Leslie. No pressure, Leslie, but if you want to. Let's see. LDSW says the NFL has posted the portion of the video clip where Prince Harry presented Walter Payton Man of the Year to Cam Hayward. Yes, I love that. I'm not sure if that's the one I posted in our community page. I posted links to video in the community page, and he calls him Cam the Man. Cam the Man Hayward. So yes, I love it. Again, Prince Harry's just making himself at home with his NFL bros. So I love it. Let's see. Let's see. Lola Love said, she's talking to Mad World. She says, no, Harry wasn't planning on staying in the UK to be with Charles. Harry and Meghan have to fly to Vancouver, Canada next week for the 2025 Invictus kickoff. King Charles had chemo and and was tired. Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever the narrative there was like, oh, it was inconvenience, whatever. Look, Harry did what he did. He did what he did. He did what he had to do, went and saw his father. And I'm even learning today that even though Prince William is still there, I mean, I think we talked about it. I mentioned it yesterday, but Prince William has still not seen his father face to face since finding out, his diagnosis. He still has not seen his father face to face, and he's right there. Unbelievable. Hey, Fatimata. How are you?
Oh, sorry. Hello.
How are you?
How's everyone? Oh, I'm enjoying this 2024.
Good.
I think it's starting beautifully. From Jamaica to today. I think. Well, I wanted to say competition instead of a compilation. I said you have a new competition on YouTube. With Piers Morgan.
I was like, compilation? What do you mean?
Yes, I wanted to say competition. Sometimes. I don't know. I think I'm still. For me, to be honest, I want him to take on the Daily Mail more than any other paper. I'm I'm excited about what happened today. Well,
Hmm.
since December, but uh, I hope he takes on the Daily Mail because that's the biggest beast of
Well,
them all.
that case is coming up, I think, later this year.
Yes, I know, but that I really want him to win that because what Megan went through with them.
Hmm.
Can you imagine since 2019, or was it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, 2000 when she filed that. They, I started reading the court papers that whenever it's available, I could not finish them. What they were asking of her, what they want her to reveal. They
Right.
went through her whole life,
Hmm.
everything, everything that nobody needs to know is in there. And so I'm really angry at them, and I hope that he wins there too. Um,
Hmm.
and I was telling my sister-in-law, all this could have been avoided. All they had to do was to be nice to Megan and
Yep.
apologize to him for what they did in the past. That's all he wanted. He
Hmm.
never wanted anything. He's a simple man, for what I understand. He's not a. He just doesn't like you to. He wants respect, and that's all he asked for. And they all deny him that because he was the little man who had no feature. Or I think nobody who knew him from his family to the media who pretend to know him from he was a child really didn't know him, because had they known him they would know he was the only one who could survive outside there, outside that family in any way. Even I think even like his cousin like Beatrice, and they all still enjoy the royal connection. They all
Hmm.
cannot cut the cord like he did. None of them can.
Right.
And to just underestimate him like that and pretend that he's this little boy or this idiot that they convince themselves he is. He's not an idiot. They don't let idiot run a Apache helicopter, the most complicated helicopter in the world. It's so stupid to do that. And then Prince William, he could have just pretend to be like he always do. I'm the genius behind the scene, telling my brother what to do. And Harry and Meghan would have been happy to do the work. I don't think they care about being said, oh, it was the initiative, it was this and that. So they're all idiots. All they had to do was to just be a little nice to Meghan. Or at least the family could have done something when it goes overboard. That Kate make Meghan cry. I still hate that headline. It's like it was written yesterday. Because
Hmm.
even in the USA, I think we all know the history. I'm an immigrant here, but there are many men who went to jail because they were caught with a white woman, and then they pretend they were raped. We know those tears, how dangerous they are. So to just do that and say, "Oh, the angry black lady made the prince, the English rose cry." It was horrible, and then they kept on going. I think they only stopped when Prince Harry published the text messages between them and in Spare. That's when the
Hmm.
headline stopped. So they deserve everything bad. I'm not a remorseful person. I'm sorry. When you do me wrong and then you do it again and then you keep going on, I don't have any remorse for you. If they all close their door tomorrow, I'll be happy. If all the nasty, nasty, really horrible newspapers close tomorrow, I'll be happy for you.
Look, I am right here with you in that. I think they all need to go away. So, from
So,
your lips to the Lord's ears, I
but
totally, totally agree with that.
but I'm
So,
happy we can all now laugh about it and really. I'm kind of even if they melt down right now, I'm I'm not angry anymore. I like laugh along and everything. So I'm happy with Prince Harry. he, not everybody can be him, or
Mm-hmm.
not everybody could be her, because I don't think many of us would survive what she
Right.
went through. I know I wouldn't. I would not survive 2 days in her life. So I commend them, and I hope that they're happy with the new reality, because they will never leave them alone. They will always continue. It's not just they don't like them, it's also a big business decision that
Mm-hmm.
Sussex sell. See, whoever they associate themselves
Right.
are doing well.
Yeah.
Whether good or bad, it sells.
Yeah.
So I'm
Do you
happy for
think
them.
also, do you think that, ask you a question, do you think also it could be partly because they they need to destroy the Sussexes, as they claim. They want to destroy the Sussexes because if the Sussexes succeed, then people would really start asking questions about the monarchy, who they depend on for, you know,
Maybe the
for
new
their
generation,
meal.
maybe the kids, because the middle age and the senior people, they're so embedded into that royalty.
Mm-hmm.
They're safe. None of this should happen, but by attacking them, they almost attacking themselves. If they only let it go, if they could have just let it go, let leave the Saskia alone, people who wouldn't care for them will go, oh, well, they've been nice. So, but it's almost like you're attacking yourself by attacking them.
Mm-hmm.
The young children, they're investigator. I'm raising two teenagers. I'm not gonna just say something and they'll go okay. There will be 3 or 4 questions follow up,
Right.
and the children will do the same thing with the monarchy. And when Prince William was stupid, is to not recognize that, oh, my brother has a special touch with the young people. He knows what's going on. He knows the social issues. He will help me,
Right.
because he wouldn't known what to say or do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Even if maybe it might not work, it maybe it would, but he knows what's going. He's in touch with the public. He knows what's going on around him, because he talked to real people. He
Mm-hmm.
knows what he went to war. You cannot
Right.
be more real than that.
Right.
It's
Fatu,
awful,
I am so
but
sorry. I'm sorry I have to run,
no, 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 no,
unfortunately.
no. But
I
thank
want to
you.
get one more person in, but thank
No,
you
no.
so much for
Okay, have a
your
great day.
yeah, no. I thank you for coming on and sharing with us. I appreciate that. And
Uh,
I'm with you, girl. Fingers crossed
Bye.
those papers will go away. Thank you. Oh, Karen is here. Karen, we have 5 more minutes, so we got Karen on here. Karen, hello. How are you?
Hello there. How are you guys doing? What a wonderful day.
Yes, it is. I see you're celebrating.
Wow, you know I'm going to call with excitement. You know that.
Yes, yes, yes. But before you go on, Joy Bell had put up, Joy Bell, since you're also Canadian, um, she said on Canadian TV here that it said he got $680,000. I don't know how they know that. So maybe could that be the exchange, Karen,
Yeah,
from the
that would be
pounds?
yeah, that would be the exchange.
Okay, which is what I thought.
I've
Okay.
I've recorded all of it. So I've been sending it out to everybody. I've
Okay.
recorded all of it. So yeah, it's
So
400
thank
and
you.
something pounds, and then
Okay.
for the US, I guess with the
It's like
exchange it's going to
500 and
be,
something. Yeah.
yeah, so
So
the Canadians it's going to be six something.
six
Yes.
something. Okay, great. Which is
Yeah.
what you're like the perfect person. I'm like, this is a Karen question.
Oh yes.
So what
And
is going on, my friend?
I also agree with what you say, because it confuses me as well too, because cases like this, we're looking in the millions, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And when they come up with all this stuff, like, 100 and something thousand and all these stuff, this is like small court to us, right?
Yeah,
This,
exactly. Yeah.
this kind of stuff is you're looking at when they say substantial and all that stuff. I am waiting to hear, like 25 million,
Yeah,
and all this
yeah.
stuff. And
That's how we think here. So it's always like a little bit like, oh wait, that's different in the UK. Substantially something completely different.
I'm I'm still saying this is a small-minded country. This is not a big, a big-minded country. And then I have to put it all together. That's why they think the way they do, because it just confuses me with, there's no common sense, and the way the people are thinking is so close-minded and small-minded that, I have to keep catching myself all the time that, this is what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I saw the thing. I was listening to Byron last night, and they said something about CBS and Prince Harry, and I tell you, my TV was switched so fast. I was up there, and I caught when he was, giving out the award. And I was like, I just did a playback and started recording everything. My brother was on the phone. I said, no, I got to go. I got to go.
It caught everybody by surprise. It was just so wonderful. It's like,
yeah.
And I love how they do that. They just pop up. Nobody knows, they just pop up.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's like that. So this now, make you understand. I put in the message there. Okay? Harry has work to do. He has things to do, and he has people that need him. Mm-hmm. Okay? So he doesn't have time for, anything more than a 30 minutes or 45 minutes meeting, if that's what they want to say. So you can tell who was directing that, that link to that meeting. And this whole thing, okay, that's going on now with the court case, Harry having to be there and all these different stuff, it kind of put a lot of things into perspective. Okay? As to everything that started from the beginning of the year, that's going on. It puts a lot of things into perspective, and a lot of things that people are thinking that's really happening. It is happening. There was a reason for Harry being there for this little meeting, and then this court thing coming down. Okay, so and this settlement today. So there's a lot of people can think whatever they want, but when you think about this family and all the stuff that's going on and all the things that we've been dealing with over the year, and the leaking and the conspiracy and all these different stuff, just do your own thinking.
Yeah.
Do your own thinking. If anybody is really sick, I'm glad for them to get better and stuff like that. No one should be sick. No one should be ill. But we have they have teach us to think a certain way from what we're used to.
Wow.
Okay. And
do you think there's a question? Do you think it was because when I thought about how this all played out with Harry, when that was all announced about King Charles's cancer, that he just went right away, because I was thinking, that's such a great thing that he did. It was very smart, because it takes away that narrative of, because we know that they're going to be in Canada, especially the press would love nothing more than to use this and to try to, distract people from what is going on in Canada, and use Charles's cancer diagnosis. So by him going, it eliminated that and completely squashed their narrative. And
it took away what they would have done the other way. Okay, it took away that, because this would have come down. And the thing is, I applaud Prince Harry for what he did, and that is just so much like him, because where he has to be, and depending on the urgency, he find a way within whatever it is that he has to do, okay, and make that slot and be there, okay. And he always talk about his love for his father, his love for his brother. He never wavered that or deter from that. He always thought, with everything that they've done to him, and even when he was going through all that he was going through with them, the number one thing, he always showed love towards them with everything that he went through. Okay, so that is just him. And for him to pick up and go, yes, that is anything a human being or a family member would do Okay. In a case that if you get a call from your parents, you get a call from your mother, you get a call from your brother, or whatever it is, that's, I remember my brother was in the States. He got a heart attack there. I would got call at work. I was ready to go. So, I understand that. And it's anything that a normal human being would do. You want to go see that parent while they're still in cognition and, have a chat with them, have a talk with them, before all the testing and all that stuff, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
During the testing, like, how cognizant they're going to be, right? With this medication and all these different stuff. So, of course, that's what you want to do. Right. So I don't know why they're making a big deal out of it. And this is why I'm talking about, this is what I'm saying about the small-minded. Okay. Because anyone with common sense would know that. So I applaud him for that. And also, he met his other engagement that he also had. Okay. He met his other engagement. But at the same time, I think this whole thing with getting him there, knowing that this settlement and all that stuff was coming up, or this court case was coming up, is a twofold thing. Okay? I think it's a twofold thing. And, and everything from the beginning of the year is kind of unfolding itself and, coming into play with, how we wise people think.
Right.
Okay? So, I'm just going to leave it there. Anybody can have their thinking. I have mine. I don't wish anybody any illness or any, ill will or anything. Whoever is sick, I want them to get better and be good. But at the same time, this whole situation has taught me to think a certain way.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Karen.
I'm not going to be silly and think otherwise. I'm sorry. Right. Anyway, you take care. Have fun. Have fun, too, guys. Enjoy. It's a wonderful day. I love it.
We'll be celebrating, Mama.
Petal, I have some stuff for you. Check your email. It's exciting. I'll send it to you. Bye.
Fantastic. All right, my love. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And all the squaddies, I have stuff for you too. You'll hear about it.
Okay. All right. Bye, Karen. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Fatu and Karen, for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for not letting me hang. I appreciate it. And thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel, so much for your donation. She says they want to destroy the Sussexes because they want Harry to divorce Meghan so they can manipulate him. That is why they are bitter. Yes, or like our Jamaican friends say, they're bitter. So there. That is very true, Rachel. Very, very true. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. But yeah, it just oh my goodness. It's kind of like, can y'all just, at this point, it's kind of like what they're doing is just so ridiculous. It's like, can y'all just let these people breathe, please? Just let them breathe. Just focus on the people that you have there. There's no reason whatsoever to not just focus on the people that you have there. That's all you need to do. And but it is what it is. But anyways, back to some wonderful photos of our fave. And I couldn't get, I swear, I feel like Harry got a new best friend. I love these photos with him and Cam. Look at Harry. Just look at that face. The joy. May he always be this joyful. I absolutely love it. It just you can't help it. Look at him. So, and obviously Cam is just falling all over himself. So, but anyways, let's see a couple more before I go. Let's do a couple more people. Let's see. Rachel says, let them stay bitter even when they are wrong. They will never accept they are wrong and will continue to throw the toys out of the pram like spoiled brats. Yeah, they will never apologize. It's just, that's narcissists will never do that. So yeah. They will continue, as you say, throwing their toys out of a pram. So yeah. Khadijah says Harry is loved and respected by many countries except the one he was born in. The people need to be ashamed of themselves. Yeah. So true. So very true. But they don't have any shame. So excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I just burped. Apologize about that. They have no shame. So there you go. I hope you didn't hear that. I'm so sorry that just came out. So, but let's see. Nissagate says Harry is his mother's Diana's. I'm sorry. Harry is his mother's son. Diana always felt some sort of sadness and sorry for Charles and her abusers. So yeah, and let's see. I mean, my thing a whole with Harry going to the UK is I'm happy that he went because he can always walk with his head up. There's no regret. And that's the thing. You don't ever want to go through your life regretting. And anything happened to Charles, no matter how awful a father he is his father. And anything, God forbid, he passes, Harry would be an orphan. And you don't want to go through life wishing that you had a moment with, no matter even if it's 5 minutes or 2 minutes, with your parent. You don't want to go through life wishing you had taken that moment to just go and spend any amount of time with them. So I'm happy that he had that time, and no matter what Charles and his people say, and no matter what the press says, I'm happy that he can walk around knowing that, you know what, I made every effort, including 12-hour trip to the UK, to be there, even if it's for the 30 minutes, 45 minutes. He went there and did what he needed to do. And so for that, I'm very, very, very happy for him. Let's see. Rory B says, she's talking to Denise, Meghan is delegating, organizing, packing all the hats needed for Canada trip for Invictus. She is also being her fitting, or doing her fitting on clothing together. We will be proud. I am actually hoping, I mean, I don't know if she will be there. She doesn't seem to be into football, but I'm hoping she'll be at the Super Bowl. I'm hoping, since Harry is already in Las Vegas, that she would also go. But I know the last time she wasn't there, Eugenie was there. So I'm hoping that, she is there, and maybe, but again, they're going to be in Toronto next week. Vancouver next week. So maybe she'll be like, no, you go hang with your friends and we'll do Canada. That could be it too. So there you go. Hey Colette's like, hey balance bodies. All I have to say is you can keep a good man down. Yeah, you go. Congrats, Prince Harry. That's right. Prince Harry is the man. You cannot keep a good man down. So yeah, thank you. Crack me up, love. Oh, I love that. I love that name. Harry's got the swag. He was born with. Handsome Harry. He sure is. He sure does. I just can't get over how at home he is with all of this. It's like, you go, Harry. You go. Adrian says William is crying out for help mentally and no one is paying attention. We're paying attention. We've been saying it, but of course, they listen to their bubble. I mean, it's very clear. His press, that his tabloids have been writing about his issues, but nobody takes it seriously in the sense of like, dude, you need to go get help. You're always being angry is not a good thing. They're just playing it up as, no, that makes him strong. And he is angry at his brother and he would never forgive. Like, if that is a good thing, that is not a good thing. As Oprah says, lack of forgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. That's what that is. And so they are writing about it and they're talking about it, but nobody is in his face like, you need to get help. You need mental help. That is very clear. Harry wrote a whole book that if William would take the time to read it, he would figure out that he needs to go get help. That, again, when you're in that bubble, That's why they are where they are. Oh, thank you, Nevers. It's like, I love your analysis. Please keep doing what you do so brilliantly. The forces are stifling you and trying to let you give up. Don't despair. No clips. Your explanation is enough. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I stay away from I stay away from them because I'm like, I want to keep this channel. So there you go. Yes, we'll just have to make do with pictures and talking. So there. Let's see. Lola Love says the way the UK media behaved this week and today is further proof that Harry and Meghan are not safe in that country. I wish people would now stop wishing for them to go back to that wicked racist place. Yeah, no, it's simply not safe. It is not safe when you have a royal family who would sit there and allow their press, the people they're in communication to say with, and basically backing up to say those things that are, that incites violence, and for them to not say anything. Yeah, no, that's just not even with police protection. That is just not a safe place. So I'm happy that Harry and Meghan have decided that no, Harry would go there for a minute, say hello and bye. And Meghan, thank goodness, will understand boundaries and have set boundaries. And yeah, they are staying far away from that place. It's just not, it is not worth it to put your life in. Yeah, that is not people that you want to be around. So yeah. Let's see. A couple more. Oh, she's talking to Gwendolyn. Charles provided security and escort for Harry to Clarence's house. He did not refuse to see him. He actually delayed his helicopter to meet with him. However, the meeting was short. Yeah, true. But the other thing with that, even those details, because they keep saying that, Harry, they're afraid that Harry leaks stuff. Then my question to whomever is saying that, and however, if this is true, because this came from Robert Jobson about Charles delaying his trip to Sandringham, that it was, he was tired and he was basically twiddling his thumbs, that it was basically an inconvenience and all of that stuff. If Robert Jobson isn't completely lying about this whole thing, and he would have had to get this information from somewhere within Charles's people, from within his camp. So within his camp, because there's no way if this is true, there's no way, unless Robert Jobson is listening in, unless this is illegal news gathering and he's either tapped their phone or bugged the whatever room at Clarence's house that Charles was meeting Harry, unless those things were happening, somebody at Clarence's house would have had to tell Robert Jobson that Charles, it was a little inconvenient for him that, he was having to wait around at Clarence's house when he would have rather been at, Sandringham and all of that stuff that Robert Jobson was saying. Someone would have had to leak that information to him. So the very thing that they're claiming Harry is doing is the very thing that they literally just did. Because how else, if this is true, how else would Robert Jobson have known unless he bugged the phone or planted a device there to listen in? So they are basically just proving everything that Harry said that they were doing. So it's just unbelievable. So anyways, Little Mac says, I agree. Diana is smiling today. She's talking to that yes, I would think Diana is smiling today. So again, hopefully we see Harry and Meghan at the Super Bowl. But if not, Lord willing, keeps everybody safe, we will see them next week together at the Invictus Games. And yes, Jobson is only making them look bad and inconvenience his son. Yes, everything. I mean, it seems they don't realize how bad they look with this stuff, and they're doing exactly what they're claiming others are doing. but it's just like y'all are still leaking stuff. It's called leaking. So there you go. But anyways, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am running off. I am hungry. I'm going off to get some food. So thank you, Lydia, Trish, Nelly, Karen, and Cookies and Cream. And please be praying for Black Queen that she is better very soon, that she comes back to us. And if you're listening, Black Queen, we love you and I'm praying for you. So hopefully you are back with us soon, but take care. Lots of chicken soup and ginger. Ginger is the cure for everything. So there. So we love you. And thank you to all of you who support the channel from the 2 Cents Crew. You are awesome. And those of you who support in the chat, like you saw today, whether it's donation or super chat or super thanks, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the love, for the support. That helped me pay for all the stuff. I appreciate it. It could be a little costly. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, guys, I love you all, and I will chat with you next time. Bye.